The movie is Predator Badlands, which was written by Patrick Aison and directed by Dan Trachtenberg. The film follows an alien hunter, Dek, who's been cast out by his clan and who teams up with an unlikely ally as the two embark on a treacherous journey on an extremely dangerous planet in search of the ultimate adversary. This movie was a very different Predator movie than we're used to seeing. This Predator movie is actually called Tron Ares, and it's starring Jared Leto. All of the previous Predator movies featured humans fighting against the titular alien characters, the Yautja, but this one actually doesn't have any humans at all. This movie focuses on the Yautja instead, and the only humanoids in the movie at all are the synthetics, which are made by the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, which also not so subtly confirms that the Alien and Predator franchises are now inextricably linked. It's truly wild to see just how much this franchise has changed since the original Predator film. It speaks volumes to the fandom that it's been able to cultivate, but also to the creative minds that keep successfully mining the source material. I will say that I think this movie kind of evaporates a lot of the mystique that the Yautja previously had, and I kind of have mixed feelings about that. On the one hand, I'm happy because I think overall it was pretty well done. I was actually shocked at how well they were able to connect the audience with this previously villainous alien who is also pretty hard to look at, but they did it almost right away and they did it extremely effectively. But on the other hand, part of what made the Predators so terrifying and interesting is the fact that we don't know that much about them, and they are so mysterious. But this movie reveals kind of a lot, and it actually kind of makes them very human in a lot of ways. And I'm mostly fine with that, but it does make me wonder if the franchise will ever be able to make them scary again, now that we're going to see them in a pretty different light because they're so much more relatable. I also want to mention that I think another big part of the reason that we're able to connect so well with this monstrous creature is because of the incredibly good blend of practical and CGI effects on Dek. The actor Dimitrius Koloamatangi, who plays the main character Dek, wore a highly detailed practical suit. Then, a VFX team used his expressions to digitally create the face of the Yautja, and it just gave the character such a level of depth that I was so surprised by. This is an action flick through and through. It definitely delivers on that and then some, with very well choreographed fight scenes that felt fresh, featuring all sorts of new weapons and deadly creatures for Dek to do battle with. The movie had some fun and unique creature designs that felt pretty well thought out within the confines of the ecosystem that the filmmakers created for the planet. There was definitely some obvious fan service within the film, but I felt like they balanced it pretty well and made a clear effort not to overdo it, like so many other film franchises do nowadays. I think a big part of that is the fact that they really tried to transform many of the things from the previous Predator films that we've come to know and love. Like, the improvised weaponry that Dek develops later on in the film was one of my favorite parts of the movie because it just perfectly mimicked the standard Yautja loadout, but it personalized it for this film. I will say, I didn't love just how quirky and kind of ditzy they made Elle Fanning's character Thea. I think she brought some good comedic relief and was a very nice balance to the extremely stoic Dek, but it just felt like maybe she was a little bit too dim at times. I'm fine with that being a part of her personality as a result of some sort of malfunction or critical systems trauma, but it just didn't make sense to me that she would essentially be an airhead given that synths are almost always super smart. Maybe that's a result of her legs getting ripped off by the Kalisk. I don't know, maybe that's too overt, maybe they don't need to spoon feed it to me. It's just something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way that I had to point out. Also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it felt like maybe it was a little bit too action-packed. I don't know, it felt like some of the fight scenes maybe went on a little bit too long, or there were some scenes that were maybe a little bit unnecessary. But then again, that's exactly what this movie promises. It's a Predator movie, so I get it. Overall, this is a film that makes good on exactly what it advertises by packing itself with loads of fun action sequences, diving deeper into the culture and lore of the Yautja, featuring many different types of new imaginative creatures, while maintaining a good blend of practical and CGI effects that made the world feel immersive. You can currently catch this one exclusively in a movie theater near you, so go watch Predator Badlands. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, please like the video, and add a comment letting me know what you thought of this movie or what movie you think I should review next. I put out a movie review each week, so subscribe to stay tuned. Thanks, y'all.